Okay, so today we're going to be talking about 6 things that I've unlearned at 16. Well, kind of like still unlearning, and yeah. So the first thing is self-care is about skincare, face masks, taking baths, and like stuff like that. And I thought like for the longest time that self-care had to do with external things, and it does to a certain extent, like taking care of yourself externally, but for me, like the main thing is putting yourself first, and always putting yourself first. It's basically like allowing yourself to trust yourself and to feel comfortable with yourself. And that's kind of like a weird thing to think about, because it's like, trust myself, but I am myself. You can be yourself and still not trust yourself, or trust that you'll always have your best intentions. So I feel like self-love is putting yourself first over and over again, knowing that you can trust yourself, knowing that, okay, I know that I care about myself. I know that I'm not going to let something happen to myself because I care about myself. I know I'm not going to let someone just talk to me however because I care about myself. It's also about rooting for yourself. How are you gonna hate on yourself? It's yourself. You wouldn't hate on, you have to treat yourself like someone that you love. So you would never tell someone that you love, like, oh my gosh, you're so ugly, oh, I don't like you. No, and it's not any different when it's you. We value other relationships more than the one that you have with yourself. And ultimately, the relationship you have with yourself is the most important. You're the only person who's going to be with you for the rest of your life. So you have to make sure that that relationship is strong. That comes with even little things like when you hear a recording of your voice back, and then you're like, oh, I don't like my voice, or you don't like taking pictures, or I don't like how I look. Like, you can not like how you look, you can not like the way you sound, but it shouldn't affect the way that you treat yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be your number one fan, always. I believe in myself. You always have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one's gonna believe in you, ever. Yeah, this is something that's important to me, because for the longest time I really hated myself, until like I basically realized, like, what is that doing for me? Is hating myself every day doing for me? Why am I going against myself? I'm supposed to be one. I'm supposed to be a whole. There was like 2 halves that were like conflicting with each other, and it takes time. You're not gonna automatically be like, okay, I love you now. I mean, it takes time. You have to fall in love with yourself like you would anyone else, but it takes work. It takes intention. You have to intentionally decide, okay, I care about myself. Okay, I'm not gonna be so judgy. You don't have to be so judgy. Not everything is that serious. Speak life into yourself. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and whatever you say is reality. If you tell yourself that you're this horrible person, nobody likes you, oh, I'm so awkward, oh, I'm so weird, oh, I'm so unfunny, nobody likes to be with me. Okay, you can tell yourself that, but then don't be surprised when your brain starts believing it and you start acting like that's a fact. And then when you start going through life like nobody likes you, nobody's gonna like you. But it goes both ways. If you tell yourself, I'm so loved, I love myself regardless of whatever anyone else says, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm smart, I'm not stupid, you're gonna start believing that, and then you're gonna go through life as if that is a fact. And then your life will be a reflection of your thoughts. So yeah, make sure that you're kind to yourself. It's your first time living, it's everyone's first time living. At least as far as I know. Next one. Okay. Your worth is dependent on other people and other people's opinions on you. Oh my god. Okay, this is something I struggled with for so long, and I still it's still not that easy. I could sit here and tell you, okay, don't care what other people think. But obviously it doesn't work like that. It's not like I don't know that I shouldn't care what other people think. Like, come on now. It's not like I don't know that, but it's doing it. Knowing something and doing it are two different things. So yeah, but it is true. Your worth, here's what I learned. My thing was, okay, I can make other people like me. I can make other people view me a certain way. I wanted this type of persona. I wanted people to view me like super specifically. And I thought that I could make people like me if I made people think of me a certain way, or, you know, at least not think of me like in a negative light. Because I was scared that people like didn't like me, so I changed who I was. I acted differently to try and like force people to see me a certain way, and that doing that is gonna kill you. Changing yourself over and over, shoving yourself down, making yourself palatable for other people, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill your soul. It's not as innocent as it seems. It actually is dangerous. Over time, after repeatedly being let down, like repeatedly trying to do something and no one would notice, or people would still be mean to me or whatever, I just realized people are gonna be who they are. You can't change a person. Don't waste your time, don't waste your energy, don't waste anything trying to change someone. You're gonna go insane. It's not gonna work. So the thing is, people are gonna say whatever. People are gonna have their opinions of you. People are gonna decide who you are to them, and nothing you do can change that. People are gonna think whatever they want, and that's not your problem. It doesn't have to be your problem. You have to let go. You don't have to be in control of other people. Be in control of yourself. You have to be okay with not everyone liking you, and that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, because of course you want people to like you. The reality is not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. Not everyone has to like you. Not everyone's obligated to feel some type of way towards you, just like you're not obligated to like everyone else. Let people be themselves. Don't try and change people. Don't try and change yourself. When you try and force things, that's when they go wrong. Okay? So yeah, you have to just be okay with people not liking you, people saying you're whatever. Oh, I don't like you. Okay, cool. I don't care. You can say whatever. People are always gonna say something. People are always gonna hate on you. People hate on me so much. There's a lot of people that don't like me. Like, what do you want me to say? As long as I know who I am, anything else someone says or tells me about who I am doesn't matter, because I know who I am. And that's the thing. You have to know who you are. You have to go through life having this strong sense of self, because if you go through life and you don't know who you are, people are going to tell you who you are, and you're just going to believe it. If someone's able to tell you, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you're so gorgeous, and then you oh my gosh, I'm gorgeous. Like, no. It goes the other way too. Oh, you're so ugly, you're horrible. And then you start feeling like you're the worst person ever, you're disgusting or whatever. No one should be able to have that power to dictate your mood, dictate how you view yourself. The only person that should have that power is you. Now, I'm not saying that if someone calls you pretty that you should just be like, oh yeah, I already know, I don't care. No. But I'm saying be careful, because it can be used in a manipulative way. Okay? If people know that their words have so much power over you, they can use that to their advantage. So just be careful about that. Of course, accept a compliment. Of course, be kind, be cordial with everyone. Be appreciative of everyone and their words, but just be mindful of that. Okay, the next one. This one is kind of similar. It is better to be liked than to be respected. Hello? No, I'm talking to myself here. This is actually something like this is pretty recent. But yeah, Absolutely not. Listen, your self-worth has to be worth more than your loneliness. Loneliness is never worth putting your self-worth in jeopardy. Never, never. You're subconsciously telling people, right, when you allow them to treat you a certain way that you know that you don't like, you know is disrespectful, you know is unkind, yet you still accept it because that's what you think you deserve, or you feel like, my thing was, I felt like if I don't do this, or if I don't allow them to treat me this way, then they're not gonna like me anymore, and then they're not gonna talk to me anymore, and then I'm gonna be alone. Be alone. I'm sorry. Being alone is better than being with someone who disrespects you. Okay? You're telling them by staying there, okay, you can disrespect me, it's fine. You can talk to me however you want, I don't care. I just need you. No, you don't need anybody. You need yourself. Stop abandoning yourself for these people. You don't need them. No. The heck? You want to talk to me like that? Bet. Don't talk to me anymore. Cut them off. You don't need negative things in your life. You don't need negative people. And allow people to treat you. When you allow people to not take into consideration your feelings, have no empathy for you, have no respect for you, and it's kind of obvious that they don't value you, and you're okay with that. You're telling yourself is that you're not a person who needs to be valued, and that's not true. Your worth is not dependent on whether someone else can see it or not. Get yourself out of these positions. You don't have to stay. You're not a tree, okay? You don't have roots in the soil. You can move. You don't have to stay with that person. Now, I know that's not always that easy, especially when it comes to things like domestic abuse. I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about what you can do now, and if you're in that type of situation, that's a different story. But if you're not, and you're just in a relationship where it's toxic, this goes for friendships also. I'm also talking about my friends. Like, some of the friends I've had, it was obvious that they felt this, they had no respect for me. They saw me as like lower, and I was okay with that. No, if you don't want to respect me, that's fine, but don't talk to me like we're not friends. I'm not gonna surround myself with people who make me feel less than, because I'm not less than. You're not less than. Next one. You have to be a victim to your circumstances. No, you don't. Obviously, a lot of things are out of your control. Things like how you grew up, if you carry any type of trauma from your childhood, your health to a certain extent, things like that, who lives with you, how much money your family had, stuff like that. The thing is, it is what it is. You can't just be like, oh, this is so much harder for me than everyone else. Oh, everyone else has it so much easier. Probably. I mean, it's not rocket science. If you have this issue and you're starting behind everyone else, of course it's going to be harder for you. That's what it is. You have to keep going. You can't just be like, oh my gosh, this is worse for me, so I'm just gonna give up. Okay, give up. Go ahead, give up. Then don't be surprised when you're left behind and everyone else is so much further ahead of you because you decided it wasn't even worth trying. It's always worth trying. It's always worth trying. Well, for me, I was diagnosed with lupus when I was 8 years old. And basically what it meant was I had, okay, so lupus is like an autoimmune disease and it's chronic, so I'll have it forever. And that was really hard for me to hear when I was like 8, right? And it made my life really hard, especially at the beginning, because I was always in pain. I had really bad arthritis, and people would be like, you can't have arthritis as a kid. Well, yeah, you can. And I had it really badly, and I couldn't play with anyone. I couldn't run. I could barely walk. It was really bad. I could have just sat there and been like, oh, this is horrible. I feel so bad for myself. I can't walk. I can't play. No. What we did, this is why it's important to have a support system. We took the steps to help me. Got the right medicines, got the right doctors, did a lot of research, understood what was going on, because you have a problem. Okay, you can acknowledge that you have a problem. You can acknowledge that you grew up poor. You can acknowledge that you grew up with trauma. You can acknowledge that. That's true. But what you can't do is allow that to weigh you down forever. For example, if you grew up with childhood trauma, it's not your fault. It's not your fault the way that you were treated as a kid. Those were grown adults. You were a child. It is your responsibility is to heal from it. And that's not fair, but it's true. It's your responsibility. No one's gonna heal for you. It's your responsibility to do the inner work. Talk to a therapist if you have to. Talk to yourself. Talk to people that are close to you. It's your responsibility to do that. Okay, the next one is accepting realities means that you're giving up. No, accepting realities means that you're letting go. And that's a big difference. Letting go and giving up are not the same, and I view them as the same thing. They're not. There's the quote that says, old keys don't unlock new doors. And that's true. You can't keep going back to something that's not working. If you keep noticing a pattern, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working, and you're just trying to force something, it's not gonna work ever. You're just gonna feel worse. You're gonna feel bad about yourself. You're gonna feel like, why can't I make this work? It's not your fault that it's not working, but you need to move on, to let it go. Stop trying to hold. The faster that you chase things, the faster that they run away. Let things go through you. Experience them. But don't get attached to them. It's obviously it's easier said than done, because you can't choose necessarily to get attached to things, to get attached to people or places, right? Things are always going to change. The only thing that stays the same in life is that things are always changing. You have to be able to let things flow. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to keep everything the same. Allow things to evolve. Allow things to change, because you'll change with them. I know it's hard to think like, wow, this is so different. Wow, this is not how I remembered it. Of course it's not. But you're not the same either. The thing is, once you accept something, you can move on. Once you accept, okay, this is how it is, you can move on. But when you keep denying something, when you keep running away from something, keep running away from the truth, you're not helping yourself. You're not making the problem. Hiding away from the problem is not going to make it go away. You need to accept things. And once you accept them, then you can move on. But you need to accept it first. And one more thing about that, I saw this quote that said, I forgot exactly how it went. It was something like, don't let memories trick you into going back, something like that. This goes for like relationships and friendships too, but all types of relationships. Don't let good memories trick you into thinking, into only remembering the good things. You need to remember the disrespect. You need to remember how you felt during that time. You weren't happy during that time. So why are you going back to something that already broke you? You want to go backwards? Stop going backwards. The last thing is, there's always tomorrow. There's not always tomorrow. You don't know that. You don't know when it's going to be your last tomorrow. You never know that. It's actually kind of bold, right, to say that, oh yeah, I can just do it tomorrow. It's not to scare you. It's just the truth. You never know. You never know. So you need to act as if you don't know. You need to go through your life as if you don't know. You need to treat people as if you don't know when you're going to see them again. Now, it's always important to have a balance. You don't have to rush through life. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush because Everyone's ending up at the same stop anyway. You don't have to go like, oh, I'm so behind, I'm so behind. Relax, okay? It's okay. You can take a deep breath. Not everything is so scary. Not everything is the end all be all. You can relax. You can take a break. You're not behind. You're not behind. However behind you think you are, you're not behind. You're okay. You can catch up, okay? But understand that you have to start at some point, and you're not going to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. I used to wait a lot for like the perfect time to start something. Like for this channel, I waited for a long time. I was scared like people are going to see it, people are going to call me cringe, people are whatever. Maybe they will. People might go and be like, oh my gosh, look what she's doing. Oh yeah, look bro, I don't care. You can say whatever, I don't care. Start. Do what you want to do, but start. Stop waiting for the perfect time to do something. Stop waiting for yourself to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. And when you keep waiting, your opportunity is going to leave you. It's just the truth. Keep going. Don't let other people stop you from doing what you want to do. There's a balance. Don't rush, but don't remain stagnant. Don't stay still. Make progress. You can make progress that's slow. Slow progress is still progress. Breaks and rest is still part of growth, right? But don't stay still. And especially don't stay still out of fear. Okay. And yeah, so if you watched all the way to here, then thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.